The Tennessee Titans actually won a football game. You're watching the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and that is correct. The Tennessee Titans actually won a football game today as they defeat the Detroit Lions 16-15. And it was a very interesting ride, especially if you follow me on Twitter, because man, I was pretty freaking pissed during this game, especially after the first half, because I thought the first half was pretty much a disaster. And this team still isn't very good, to be quite honest with you. We got really lucky today. I think the referees were Tennessee Titans fans today. Detroit ended up with about 17 or 18 penalties for over 130 yards. Man, that's some pretty big BS, and a lot of these calls were pretty ridiculous on Detroit. But hey, I'm not going to complain, because at the end of the day, I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, and I'm just happy that we won the football game today. But I saw some of the same issues that I saw last week. The cornerbacks are still not very good. Jason McCourty had a pretty good game, but Bryce McCain, Parrish Cox, and I know he had the game-winning interception, but up to that point, he was bad. Luckily, again, the penalties, they really saved us, man. The penalties saved this football team. I truly believe that. And also the late game heroics of Marcus Mariota. And I came on here last week and I said he deserved 60% of the blame last week, and justifiably so. He did. He lost that football game. You know, he deserved most of the credit for that football game. But this game, you know, he deserves a lot of credit because he led the comeback. He was brilliant in the fourth quarter. And some people were trashing him after the first half, saying he looked jumpy in the pocket. He didn't look that crisp. I thought that was overblown. I thought he looked pretty freaking good. I thought the offensive line play was pretty horrible. Jack Conklin did not have his best game today. I'll tell you that right now. Chance Warmack is ass. I don't know why we can't develop these first-round offensive linemen. I mean, Chance Warmack, this guy's supposed to be the best guard prospect in the past 15 years. He comes here and he stinks. The guy's horrible. Oh, he's so bad. Chance Warmack. Jack Conklin with the single worst offensive line play I can remember, as he gives up a 5-yard loss at our own 5-yard line, causing a safety. It was absolutely horrible. I don't know what they were doing. But at the end of the day, we won the game. Okay, we won the game, and that's all that matters. We're 1-1, and good, because I didn't see when we were going to win a game. You know, we have a couple of tough games coming up next week. We host the Raiders. Week after that, we have to go to Houston. Week after that, we have to go to Miami. So, I mean, the schedule's still tough, but hey, we got to win. We can stop being the laughingstock and joke of the NFL. Leave that up to the LA Rams and the Cleveland Browns. Okay, we're now out of that for now. You know, but at the end of the day, if you saw me tweeting on Twitter, I hate Mike Mularkey, and I think good. Because I don't think this offense is very, I don't know, convincing. We won the game, good, but first of all, I would have never hired him, and he's still pissing me off. And honestly, I'd rather have him out of here sooner rather than later. But, you know, still, we won the game. Yay. And as for Detroit, man, I feel sorry for y'all, man. The penalties screwed y'all over today, dog. Really, I'm sorry. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, you can be a little disappointed in your defense that they let up these late drives, but ultimately, I think you just have to chalk this one up to penalties. Just say, man, the penalties screwed us over, man. And that's a valid excuse to have. So if Lions fans want to comment down below, oh, y'all didn't beat us, it was the referees. Yeah, I have to agree, because honestly, I think the referees, they were out for y'all today. I mean, y'all could have been a little more disciplined from time to time, but man, 18 penalties, and I didn't think all of them were that bad. Yeah, you guys kind of got screwed over here, but at the end of the day, the Lions are what do they think I am? I mean, the Lions are what I thought they were. They are a 7-9, maybe 8-8 team. Stafford looks good. Marvin Jones looked great. I told you to pick him up and play him in fantasy. Hopefully you did, because he looked phenomenal today, but there are still some issues. They're just not quite good enough to make a playoff push this year, or at least to make it in the playoffs. So, with that said, let's get into my takeaways from the other early games that start in Cleveland, where the Cleveland Browns were up 20-0 and ended up choking this game away 25-20. Now, Mike Wallace, he looks good this year, man. 2 touchdowns for him today. Joe Flacco looks okay. They started off slow. They ended up coming back. Cleveland, man, this sucks. Because this is one of the games where you looked at on your schedule and said you could win this game. Now you lost this game, and that really sucks. Now, luckily for me, I was the one that came on here and I told y'all when the Browns were underdogs by 6.5 points, I told you to take that, and hopefully you took that because I was right on that. Cleveland, with Josh McCown, I think they're a better team. I think Josh McCown's a better quarterback than RG3. Unfortunately, Josh McCown can't stay healthy, and neither can RG3, and this falls on Hugh Jackson and Sashi Brown and all those other idiots that thought these quarterbacks were good enough to start this season. You should have drafted Carson Wentz, and you didn't. Shame on you. We move on to the Kansas City Chiefs. They went to Houston and they lost, of course. And everyone was expecting, I don't know why, everyone was expecting the Chiefs to beat the Texans again because they did it last year. Guys, I tried to tell you, Houston is not the same team they were last year. New quarterback, new running back, 2 new wide receivers. This offense is completely different. And what do they do today? They dominated the Chiefs, at least defensively. The Chiefs couldn't put up points on them. I told you not to start Jeremy Maclin. Hope you listened to me. So, the Houston Texans are good. They're getting a pass rush. They're defending the pass well. The Texans are good. They are the favorites to win the AFC South this year. We move on, and the Chiefs, they're still fine, but I like the Raiders to win the AFC West. Man, my predictions have been on point this year overall. My game-by-game predictions are actually pretty freaking good. Like, right now, I've only missed 1 game, actually 2 games this week. But my overall, view of the league and what teams would be good, what teams would be bad, it's on point right now. You have to admit that. We move on to the New York Giants as they defeat the New Orleans Saints 16-13. This game was a lot less scoring than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what happened in this game. I need to sit down and I need to watch it. But at the end of the day, the Giants pulled it out, of course. And I told you the Saints would cover, and they did. My predictions have been on point this week. We move on to Dallas, where they defeat the Washington Redskins again, as I told you they would do. What do? They ran all over the Washington Redskins. Dak Prescott got a rushing touchdown, just as I predicted, and the Cowboys won the game. And Ezekiel Elliott had 2 fumbles today. Ouch. Now, I think only one of them was lost, but still, guys, I tried to tell you. Again, I tried to tell you. Look at me. I'm on point. I'm Nostradamus today. I tried to tell you. Ezekiel Elliott is just not worth the 4th pick in the draft. He's just not. I'm sorry. He's not. Okay? He's not Adrian Peterson. He's not Leonard Fournette. He's not going to be this great running back. He's okay. No one's saying he's bad. He's okay. But an okay running back, even pretty good, even a pretty good running back, is not worth the 4th overall pick in the whole draft. You cannot tell me he's adding so much value to this football team, more value than Alfred Morris is adding, more value than Lamar Miller would have added if you would have signed him in free agency. You could have just went elsewhere. You didn't have to do this. You could have signed Lamar Miller to a huge deal, and you could have drafted Jalen Ramsey. But anyway, you won the game. Good. Redskins, y'all are in trouble. Next week, y'all go to New York, I believe, and you need to win that game, because if not, you guys are done. You guys are finished. Relatively speaking, this is the NFC East, and you guys can come back. You guys did it last year, but Kirk Cousins, man, this guy's having issues. He underthrew Josh Doxson. I know the pass was complete, but if you don't underthrow him there, that's a touchdown, and this game result could be different. Kirk Cousins need to pull it together, because right now, he is not impressing me this season at all. I think this has been bad play by Kirk Cousins this season. He needs to step it up now. And Dez Bryant versus Josh Norman, I have to sit down and watch the game because I haven't actually sat down and watched it, but I don't know what happened. But Dez Bryant looks like he won. Again, I have to see if Josh Norman was actually on Dez Bryant, but looking at the stat line, looks like Dez Bryant won that matchup. New England versus Miami. Now, this game was particularly interesting because Jimmy Garoppolo was playing great during the first half. And if you follow me on Twitter, I said something that a lot of people thought was blasphemous, and that was, I think the Patriots need to consider trading Tom Brady. And now we need to see if Jimmy Garoppolo is healthy, and unfortunately, it's something that to monitor going forward if he's actually, someone that can stay healthy. But here's my thesis, okay? And I'm going to probably get into this more as the week progresses. Tom Brady is 39 years old, okay? 2 years left max. If the Minnesota Vikings are willing to trade one first-round pick for Sam Bradford, how many first-round picks are they willing to trade for Tom Brady or any other team in the league? I think 2 or 3. So if you're telling me I can get 2 or 3 first-round picks to trade a 39-year-old man and we have a good replacement ready to go, that's something they need to consider. We're going to get more into that as the week progresses. But anyway, good win here for the Patriots. They allowed the Dolphins to come back a little bit, but they ended up winning the game. So I'm not going to crash or hurt either team on that. I mean, the Dolphins, they started off slow. Ryan Tannehill looked bad, but they ended up looking good in the second half. So no need to kill either team to me. And we also had the Pittsburgh Steelers, who defeated the Cincinnati Bengals. And, you know, this game really wasn't that close. Ben Roethlisberger was throwing some interceptions that allowed it to remain close, but the Steelers really should have probably blown out the Cincinnati Bengals. The Steelers are going to win the AFC North. I mean, it's not even going to be close. The Steelers are going to win the AFC North. No other team appears to be on their level. I know the Ravens are 2-0, but come on. The Steelers are a better team. They're the best team in the AFC North, and I think the AFC, I think they're going to the Super Bowl, as I said, again, before the season. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on the Titans game and the rest of the early games. What are your guys' thoughts? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and most importantly to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out.